Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, DKParinon coming at you with an interesting Blood Knight build. I've seen some Blood Knights running this and it works really well, surprisingly. It's one of those builds that, like, when you put it together, you're like, how does this work like this? So without further ado, let me explain the build. So you'll want to proc Wave of Blood first, then Shroud of Night, then Swarm of Bats. Go in with Swarm of Bats, and then when the Swarm of Bats is about to expire, you proc Sanguinate to get out. So the way the build works is Wave of Blood will damage you, right, over time. And then Shroud of Night will cause counterattacks to happen whenever you take damage. Wave of Blood triggers the Shroud of Night. And your Shroud of Night goes based off of primary attack. And it just does a lot of damage, surprisingly. The skills will want Shroud of Night. It's also going to increase your damage other than just counter-attacking every so often. Swarm of Bats is going to shroud you in a fog of blood mist for several seconds, increasing your movement speed, making you untargetable. Then it's also going to cause enemies hit by it to languish in pain, increases the chances of being critically hit. Then we have Sanguinate. This is here to get out of sticky situations, to get out of a fight, and going to make you untargetable. And then you could activate it again to rush forward to deal damage to enemies you pass through. Then we have Wave of Blood, can be toggled on or off. It's going to conjure a blood pool to follow you, consuming so much of your life every 0.5 seconds to deal damage to enemies in the pool, healing you for 20% of the damage dealt. And then whenever you heal 50% of your maximum life via life drain effects, it'll expand and its damage increases. And then it'll also toggle itself off when your life drops below so much of a threshold. Then we have for the primary attack, Ravage. The final strike of the Ravage combo unleashes a wave of energy that deals damage to enemies. Then it's going to cause them to bleed, and then it's going to deal additional damage to bleeding enemies. Now for the essences, for Shroud of Night, for the helmet we want Ruinous Visage, then for the chest Moon Wraith, then for the Ravage primary attack essences, for the main hand we'll want Exquisite Silence, then Coiled Course on the other main hand, and then for an offhand we'll want Ferryman's Lantern. Then for Swarm of Bat essences we'll want for the shoulders Solemn Snare, then for the pants, Silent Screams. And then for Wave of Blood essences, for the other offhand, we'll want Involuntary Transfusion. The Paragon I'm using is the Gladiator Tree, Cheap Death, Grizzled Veteran, First Aid, Battle Morale, Hold Formation, and Overpowering Blow for the legendary skill. Now the greens I'm using are 4-piece Vithus and 4-piece Restitution and Blood. The gems I'm using are Blood-Soaked Jade, Roiling Consequence, Colossus Engine, Blood Flow, Hot Coil, The Crucible, Leviathan Tome, and Hellbound Desire. The Blood Knights I wasn't expecting were using stuff like Maul of the Deep, Starfire Shard. Reforges I'm using are damage to enemies suffering loss of control increase, damage to players increase, attack speed increase, duration of beneficial effects increase, and primary attack damage increase. And then the Vengeance bonus family attribute, your primary attacks have a 2% chance to increase all damage you deal by 100% for 1 second. The Blood Knights I were inspecting were stacking Armor Pen. You don't really need potency for this build. Like I said, this is definitely an interesting Blood Knight build. I have done quite successful with this build. You will be surprised at how much damage it actually does, how many kills you will get. It's quite annoying to go against, I think, because you will literally just take damage out of nowhere, and then also it's weird. It's weird the way this build works, but it just works. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.